feel like we answered most of these. When did you start learning? What was it like? Were you taking English classes? No. Well, yeah, when you were like little, but like
kind of like English classes. Everyone had to take them, but like most people, like it's like I guess a lot of people here are like, yeah, I took French in high school. But, like, a lot of people. I know people who learn languages from school, like kind of like how you do, but you really went at it.
Yeah.
Like most people just like kind of like,
because I'm a weirdo.
Yeah. No, but like it's cool because like you learn a different language. Well, I mean, you went to special school, but like I know a friend who like went to the high school and she just learned Spanish from high school. So like it's
yeah, it
definitely
depends on your
doable.
dedication, honestly.
Yeah, but like no, most people weren't dedicated to learn English, which is like. But then again, like the way they taught it wasn't very like. I don't think like unless you really really wanted to learn English, because I know people who like want to learn in Haiti and like they'll like be like, can you practice with me? But then it's like the very little knowledge they have from school, it doesn't really help. So it's kind of like. Yeah.
So for you, the difference between you and them was like you were immersed at home too with the movies and all that. See but that's so interesting to me because there's linguistic like theories or studies that say that exposing your children to a second language just through TV and through radio is not sufficient enough for them to become like proficient. So what else do you feel?
I don't understand that because like literally like, but it was a lot of it. It was just like, I mean, if you think about it, like if like someone who like let's say your first language, the way you're learning it, like someone who's never been to school in America could still learn English just because it's everywhere. And then so if it's funny because my family, like when we were really young, if they wanted to talk about stuff that they didn't want us to understand, they would speak in English. And then but like we just watched TV. Like that's literally like
so your parents didn't. I mean, other than like
they
being
weren't,
secretive.
I don't think they were intentional about speaking to us in English. I don't even think they ever really spoke to us in English. Like we literally just watched a bunch of TV and like you pick up stuff because you're like learning by yourself. Yeah. Like you're not like trying to. And it's just funny because it's always just like been part of our lives. Like it's a really awesome memory, funny memory for me and my sister. Like we would play like dolls and stuff, and we didn't speak English, so we would like make up gibberish and like be like, this means this, and then translate it into French. And it's awesome, but like that's like it's just like normal for us. Like we were like, oh yeah, we're like in our heads. I guess we were like, oh, we're still learning. Like we don't have to know this, but like ain't like we just watched movies and like I guess you just pick up stuff just like, oh, this makes sense. Yeah. Like I can remember some like times I would watch and like I would be like, I don't understand why this happened. Like I remember specifically there's one thing like when people say like, would you mind if I sit here? And then people say, no, I don't mind, and then they would sit here, and I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense. Like
because they're saying no.
They're saying no, yeah, but like eventually like you just pick it up, like it just clicks, and then like small stuff like that, like so it's just like it's stuff that like people don't think about. Like you don't have to really think about it. Although I will say my grandpa was very like he really wanted us to learn more than my parents. So he would do stuff. Like I remember once he like challenged me to learn like a certain amount of words.
Really?
I
like
didn't. But
you didn't do it.
Yeah, he told me, but like I just remember. So maybe he like tried stuff. Maybe he like made us do stuff. But other than that, like it's just literally like
just vicariously. But
there's some learning in there, like school, because I had to do it. But I couldn't tell you that I remember anything except what's that? There's a one word I remember. I learned in school that eyes, when you write eyes, it has to be like I did this is like capital I. stuff, but like that's like so small. That's like very detailed
and that's
stuff.
writing. Like that's different than speaking.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. I mean, just I guess from just my observation of what you're talking about, it seems like that theory says that exposing a child to a second language through TV and radio, it won't be sufficient unless, in your case, the child is engaged. Maybe it's the fact that you were engaged in what you were watching, and you learn the pragmatics of kind of like what you were talking about, like learning. I don't mind. You learn the pragmatic meaning of it, as opposed to like the definition, like the dictionary meaning.
It's like it's just like you could read about something, but it'll never, like, I could tell you all about a movie, but you will never experience that movie unless you watch it. So it's kind of like you will never. I can tell you, like, man, like I watched this movie and this part was so intense, and I could like. But like you're gonna be like, okay, but like if you watch the movie and then you were like in there,
right?
Like, okay, I get what you're saying. So like it's like that. Like if I tell you, I could describe to you Haiti, but unless you're there, and if I could read you a definition, but unless like you experience the definition, maybe even if it's just through the screen. And definitely movies. I feel like movies, especially if you connect to it.
Yeah.
You feel like you're in the movie. So it's kind of like you enter a different world.
Okay.
It's like you're in America but without being like.
Interesting. Ooh, so then maybe you were kind of primed a little bit through the school English. Maybe you were primed a little bit, and then watching that stuff on TV But
I was always the person to like help the other kids with it.
Oh, okay. So you're just gifted.
No, but like I learned really early on.
Okay.
Like people would like ask me for help like on English stuff, but I mean it was probably really elementary stuff, and I didn't know that it was elementary. But like
yeah, just like stuff that they didn't pick up, you just already figured it out. And
I think in my learning, I'm still learning English, honestly. Like there's some stuff like people talk about. Yeah, people say stuff and I'm like, what does that mean? Like it's so funny. Yeah, like I said, like I watched this video of this guy who learned Italian in 7 days, and he just took out like a bunch of words that no one ever uses. And then he like really immersed himself like through. It's a really cool video. Highly recommend watching it.
Okay.
But he just really like got himself in it. And just I don't know. It's an interesting thing. I don't know how it works exactly, but it's definitely like through like experiencing like words in themselves, like. Whether it's like my first language or second language, like words definitely like a word can mean nothing to me unless I experience that word. Like
give it context.
Yeah, like let's say like starving could like just the word itself.
Like, okay.
Yeah, but like I put you in a desert for like a good week, like you're gonna know what starving means. And if someone said starving, you're gonna be like, you don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, So it's definitely like that. Like so it's. I think.
Okay, well then that leads into kind of what is some advice you would give to someone who wants to learn a second language, who maybe they weren't in the position where you're in, where now you're in the U.S. and you're speaking it every day. Like.
Yeah. I feel like if you're later on in your life, you're trying to learn a language, first, like I think being passionate about the language, like really having the desire, and then like, because there are languages that I've tried to learn over my life, but like for short period, I wasn't dedicated. But I think if you're really like immersed in the language, like so everything. Music is huge, because like music and movies, it's just like the goal of the movie is presenting you the experience that they are trying. So like you're in there, like the point of the words is to have a meaning behind it. If you're watching the movie, experiencing the meaning, you're really getting that word anchored in. I don't know what I would say about like like being able to pronounce words, because I think that's one of the biggest things in Haiti. Like, I don't know how to tell someone like this is how you say a word. It's like telling people how to say my name. It's like not really sure. Yeah, no, you did pretty good, but it's like I don't know. I can like spell it out in a way that like makes sense. I guess if you find, I saw this book. It's probably like an insult to like the language, but I saw this book in a bookstore at school where it would give you the word in Chinese, and like give you like English syllables and like and like symbols.
Yeah.
Like
so you knew
like
how to like
yeah, it would be like ni hao, like, and then they were like, I don't know, like how
NIHOW or something.
like yeah. So it was like it's that kind of stuff where like trying to make it make sense for you. I think movies and songs are huge. Those are two big things in cultures that really like show you how the culture is like.
They are pretty like culturally packed. Like, I mean, in a probably in a stereotypical way sometimes, but it's something. It's a good start,
and
right?
There is some truth to stereotypes.
True.
So
true. Yeah. I love that. I love that advice, and I would definitely second that. The key thing to learning a second language is you have to purpose to learn it, and especially if like Didier said, like you have to, especially if you're already kind of along in your life. A lot of the learning that you do experience will be kind of like more conscious, but that's okay. You can use that to your benefit, and like you said, really situate yourself in positions where you will experience a language other than just what you see on paper, but actually purpose to make connections between the written word and then what that word is in life. And so definitely I agree with that. So thank you so much.
For sure.
You gave us a lot of wisdom, and oh, and make sure you follow him. So tell them your handle on Instagram.
Alright, on Instagram it's hopeful sound, hopeful adult sound. I make music and just share my story.
Yes. And I'll just go ahead and put it right here on the screen for you guys. Right there. Alright. Bye guys. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in to my part 2 of this interview I did with Didier. I hope you enjoyed. Please do not hesitate to leave comments down below, as well as checking the description box for just a little commentary, my own commentary, just regarding the theories and just the theoretical side of what we were talking about. And also stay tuned, because I will be posting my skincare routine in Portuguese next Friday, so you don't want to miss that. Please do subscribe and follow me on my Instagram at TheDIALECT_. And if you're interested in any Portuguese, Spanish, or English classes, please do follow me on TheDIALECT LS. Alright, thank you so much. Have a great day.